Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopidana Vallabha Grivadari Jaya Grivadari Gopidana Vallabha Grivadari Jaya Grivadari Gopidana Vallabha Grivadari Jaya Grivadari Yasodanandana Raja Janaranjana Jaya Raja Janaranjana Yasodanandana Raja Janaranjana Jaya Raja Janaranjana Yamunadiravarachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Yamunadiravarachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Yamunadiravarachari Jaya Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari Gopidana Vallabha Grivardhari Jaya Grivardhari Gopidana Vallabha Grivardhari Jaya Grivardhari Yasodanandana Raja Dhanaranjana Jaya Raja Dhanaranjana Yasodanandana Raja Dhanaranjana Jaya Raja Dhanaranjana Yamunatiravarachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Yamunatiravarachari Jaya Kunja Vihari Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari Jai Vishnupad Paramhangsa Prabhakacharya Asadhara Satushi Shiman His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Gaur Premanande Hariva Slava Zabrani Bhakta Slava Shri Guru Shri Grangi Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhute Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Tinamane Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Bacharane Nirvishesha Srinivadi Paskyadyade Siddharane. Om Agyanatimanandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chaksuramilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shiva Sakans Vidamscha Hey Krishna Karna Sindho Dinavando Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Prishubhanu Sutadevi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakapa Dhruvyascha Kripa Sinubhyevacha Patiranam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Pranitinanda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 23, The Dynasty of the Sons of Yayati, text number 22. So, looking forward, I try to find out what's the next verse with a purport that we could actually talk about. And it's not in this chapter, it's in the next chapter, text number 56. And so, if you like the names before, you're really going to like these names. And the son of Haya was Dharma, and the son of Dharma was Netra, the father of Kunti. From Kunti came a son named Sahaji. From Sahaji came Mahishman, and from Hishman, Bhadrasenaka. The son of Bhadrasenaka was known as Durmada and Danaka. Danaka was the father of Kritavirya and also Kritagni, Kritavarma, and Kritalja. The son of Kritavirya was Arjuna. He, Kartavirya-Arjuna, became the emperor of the entire world, consisting of 7 islands, and received mystic power from Daitatreya, the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus he obtained the mystic perfections known as Ashtasiddhi. Does anyone know what the Ashtasiddhi perfections are? Any one of them? Anima, what does anima mean? Than air. You can float in the air. And Mahima? Yeah, Mahima. What's that? Yes, you can expand yourself. And Prapti City, what is that? He can extend his hand, even touch the moon. What's that? And we have Mahima, Anima, Prapti, Ishta, Ishta or something. Anyhow, there's one where you can do whatever you want. There's another one where you can influence people. I can't remember. I know there's so many mystic powers. So he had all 8 of them, the full ones, the complete ones. There are also sub-mystic powers. And he was in charge of the 7 islands. What are the 7 islands? How big are the 7 islands? What's that? Yes, there is. We're on one of those islands. What island are we on? Jambudweep. And what part of Jambudweep are we? And what part of Bharat-varsha are we? Yeah, Bharat-varsha has, we're in 1/3 of the division. I think we're in the middle division of Bharat-varsha. We're not even in the whole Bharat-varsha. And we're not even in the middle division. We're in Ljubljana. Yes. No. This is India. Before Bharat-varsha was complete, but it was only one of the varshas on Jambudweep. And then after Bharat-varsha, after Jambudweep, why is it called Jambudweep? Boy, we're right here and we don't even know what's going on. Even our own island, we're not. Why is it called Jambudweep? Because on this island, although we may not be able to see it, there's a tree and it has jumbo fruits. And I don't exactly know how big the jumbo fruits are, but I think they're about the size of an elephant. So if you can get one of those jumbo fruits, you won't go hungry for a long time. It's somewhere out here. I don't know. Well, Bharat-varsha is quite. We're surrounded by the salt ocean. And then the other side of the salt ocean, there is Mount Meru, which is 800,000, or approximately 800,000 yojanas high, which would probably be around 1,200,000 kilometers high, made out of gold. It's right in the middle. It's like a lotus flower, where the middle is the pericole. I think it's called pericole. So it's like here, and we're surrounding it, like one of the petals of the lotus. And who lives on top of Mount Meru? Yeah, Lord Brahma. I think Indra also lives there. Everyone has their summer house there. And then what's the next island? Anyhow, there are other islands like Plakshadweep, Samantadweep. There are many different islands. Some of them have oceans made out, surrounding them. We have salt water, which is not we have salt water surrounding our island, and then we have the ocean of milk, the ocean of ghee, the ocean of yogurt, and what else? Liquor, yes. Probably that's where all the drunkards go. They drown the ocean of liquor. What's that? People who like samosas. Kachoris, gulabjamins. In Prabhupada's original Krishna book tape that we got in Buffalo to transcribe, Prabhupada also said there's an ocean of LSD. It never made it into the Krishna book, though. I think Prabhupada was just being a little sarcastic. Because he had some followers who formerly were taking LSD just to attract them to the philosophy. In any case, Kartavya Arjuna was the emperor of the entire Jambudweep, Plakshadweep, the whole Bhumandala. What happened to Bhumandala when Hiranyaksha took all the gold from it? Garbhoja. So it wasn't this some tiny little sphere called the earth that fell into the Govardhaka ocean. It didn't require an incarnation of God the size of half the size of the universe to get out a little tiny round sphere called the Earth planet. But Bhumandala is quite big. I forget how many billions of miles across, kilometers across it is. I think the whole universe is something like 4 billion miles across. Maybe it's bigger than that, I can't remember. The radius. In any case, Lord Varaha had to pick up the ocean, the Bhumandala, which fell into the Garbhodaka ocean. And then he picked it up in the form of a boar. And who divided the islands up? How do they get divided up? What is that? No, not Prithvi Maharaj. Priyavrata Maharaj. Priyavrata. He took his chariot, and his chariot, with the wheels of his chariot, he divided up the islands. So imagine how big his chariot must have been. People who were bigger back then. Otherwise, a little tiny guy driving this huge chariot would be a little difficult. So now we're in Kali Yuga, and we imagine that in the other yugas like Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara Yuga, people are about the same size as we are, and everything was about the same size. But actually we're pygmies compared to the actual size of the people in the other ages. Even in Dwapara Yuga, people were quite a bit bigger than we are. Because at the end of Dwapara Yuga, who came out of the cave and saw the trees as like little bushes? Muchukunda, yes. Muchukunda. He came out after Krishna woke him up. He came out of his cave and looked around, and he saw all the trees, what we consider big trees, were all the size of little tiny bushes. Either Hanuman or Mother Sita? Well, I'm sure their footprints, hopefully they look a little different. Do we have a microphone here? Can we use the microphone? Microphone. I mean, we really hope that Mother Sita's footprints are a little different from Hanuman's.
Yeah, so they had, someone's footprint was there, so it was like
someone's,
really big.
Your grandfather's?
No, well, it was like really big. So, yeah.
What's that? They were really big.
Yeah, it was really
Bigfoot.
Yeah. Also, something else was also there, some handprint or something, I don't know. I don't know whom it belonged, but the size was pretty big,
No one wrote their name on the handprint.
No.
Sita and Ram forever with a big armor. So, no other king in this world could equal Kartavirya Arjuna in sacrifices, charity, austerity, mystic power, education, strength, or mercy. For 85,000 years, Kartavirya Arjuna continuously enjoyed material opulences with full bodily strength and unimpaired memory. In other words, he enjoyed inexhaustible material opulences with his 6 senses. Of the 1,000 sons of Kartavirya Arjuna, only 5 remained after the fight with Parashurama. Their names were Jayadwaja, Surasena, Rishabha, Madhu, and Urjita. Jayadwaja had a son named Talajanga, who had 100 sons. All the Kshatriyas in that dynasty, known as Talajanga, were annihilated by the great power received by Maharasagara from Urdhva Rishi. So Maharasagara was connected with bringing the Ganges down to this earth. Of the sons of Talajanga, Vitihotra was the eldest. the son of Vitihotra named Madhu, had a celebrated son named Vrishni. Madhu had 100 sons, of whom Vrishni was the eldest. The dynasty known as Yadava, Madhava, and Vrishni had their origins from Yadu, Madhu, and Vrishni. Yadava, Madhava, where does that go? That song? Yadavaya, Madhavaya, Keshavaya, Namaha. Hari Haraya Namaha. So here we have Madhu and Yadava, Madhava, Keshava. But here Vrishni dynasty. So who appeared in the Vrishni dynasty? King Vrishni. Krishna, in the Krishna book, it mentions all the dynasties connected with the Yadu dynasty, and one of them is the Vrishni dynasty. I forget who's Vasudev, I think Vasudev comes from the Vrishni dynasty, Krishna's father. Also the Yadu dynasty. Krishna was descendant of Yadu. O Maharaj Parikshit, because Yadu, Madhu, and Vrishni each inaugurated a dynasty, their dynasties were known as Yadava, Madhava, and Vrishni. The son of Yadu, named Kroshta, had a son named Vijinavan. The son of Vijinavan was Swahita. The son of Swahita, Vishadgu. The son of Vishadgu, Chittarata. And the son of Chittarata, Shashibindu. The greatly fortunate Shashibindu was a great mystic, possessed 14 opulences, and was the owner of 14 great jewels. Thus he became the emperor of the world. Purport: in the Markandeya Purana, 14 kinds of great jewels are described as: 1, an elephant. Well, you can also get an elephant. If you get an elephant, you have a great jewel. But I guess he had a special elephant. A horse, a chariot, a wife, wow, arrows, the reservoir of wealth, a garland. See, I have one of the 14 green jewels. Valuable costumes. I think most of the ladies have some valuable costume. Trees. Anyone here in Slovenia, they have a lot of trees. That's why it's an opulent country. A spear, a noose, jewels, an umbrella. Everyone needs a jewel like an umbrella. Regular principles, we have 4 of those too. To be the emperor, one must possess all 14 of the opulences. Shashabindu possessed all of them. Well, I could also become an emperor. The only thing I don't have is a noose. We can make one though. Also, I don't have any jewels. The famous Shashibindu had 10,000 wives. Well, if you have some trees, you can get 10,000 wives. And by each, he got a lakh of sons. How much is a lakh? Yes, 100,000. So 10,000 times 100,000 is how much? Say I had 1 billion sons. I mean, that's quite a responsibility. Especially for the ladies. If each lady had a lakh of sons, she must have been pretty busy taking care of the children. Therefore, the number of his sons was 10,000 lakhs. That's good math. Maybe some of us are descendants of Shashibindu. Good chance. Among these many sons, 6 were the foremost. Well, that's pretty. If you're the foremost of 1 billion sons, you're pretty prominent. Such as Prithu Shrava, Prithu Kriti, The son of Prithu was known as Dharma, and his son was known as Ushana. Ushana was a performer of 100 horse sacrifices. The son of Ushana was Ruchaka, who had 5 sons, Purujit, Rukma, Rukmeshu, Prithu, Jayamagda. Please hear these sons from me. Jayamagda had no sons, but because he was fearful of his wife, Shaibya, he could not accept another wife. Jayamagda once took from the house of some royal enemy a girl who was a prostitute. But upon seeing her, Shaibya was very angry and said to her husband, "My husband, you cheater! Who is this girl sitting upon my seat on the chariot?" Jayamagda then replied, "This girl will be your daughter-in-law." Upon hearing these joking words, Shaibya smilingly replied. Shaibya said, "I am sterile, and you have no co-wife. How can this girl be my daughter-in-law? Please tell me." Jayamagda replied, "My dear queen, I shall see that you indeed have a son, that this girl would be your daughter-in-law." Long, long ago, Jayamagda had satisfied the demigods and pitas by worshipping them. Now by his mercy, Jayamagda's words came true. Although Shaibya was barren, by the grace of the demigods she became pregnant, and in due course of time gave birth to a child named Vidarbha. Before the child's birth, the girl had been accepted as the daughter-in-law, and therefore Vidarbha actually married her when he grew up. So his grandfather or something had 1 billion sons, and he just got one. A change in the family. Let's end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 9th canto, 23rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Dynasties of the Sons of Yayati. And here we have a whole summary just of names, one name after another, 2 pages of names. Shukadeva Goswami said, by the womb of the girl brought by his father, Vidarbha begot 3 sons named Kusha, Krata, and Ramapada. Ramapada was famous, was the favorite in the dynasty of Vidarbha. Who came from the dynasty of Vidarbha? I think Rukmini. Do we have a Krishna book anymore? Shastra break. We'll see how many think Rukmini came from the dynasty of Vidarbha. Okay. What's that? Chai. Bingo. So these names actually have some significance in our life. The son of Ramapad was Babru, from whom came a son named Kriti. The son of Kriti was Ushika. The son of Ushika was Chedi. Who came from Chedi? Who was the descendant of Chedi, the king of Chedi? Shishupal. Shishupal, Chedi was the king known as Chaitya and others. The son of Krata was Kunti. The son of Kunti, Rishni. The son of Rishni, Nivriti. The son of Nivriti, Dashaha. From Dashaha came Vyoma. From Vyoma came Jimuta. From Jimuta, Vikriti. From Vikriti, Bhimarata. From Bhimarata, Navarata. From Navarata, Dasarata. From Dasarath came a son named Shukuni. And from Shukuni a son named Karambi. The son of Karambi was Devarata, and his son was Devakshattra. The son of Devakshattra was Madhu, and his son was Kuruvasa, from whom came a son named Anu. The son of Anu was Purahotra. The son of Purahotra was Ayu. The son of Ayu was Satvata, the great Aryan king. Satvata had 7 sons named Bhajamana, Baji, Divya, Vrishni, Devarata, Andaka, and Mahabhoja. From Bhajamana, by one wife, came 3 sons, Nimlochi, Kinkana, and Drishti. And from his other wife came 3 other sons, Satrajit, Sahasrajit, and Ayutajit. Usually whenever I get up to this 9th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam and I have to read it, because I usually read the Srimad Bhagavatam 10 verses a day, then when I get up to this, I just usually skip it more or less. So Krishna is forcing me to read these names for the first time, practically. The son of Devavrita was Babru. Concerning Devavrita and Babru, there are 2 famous songs of prayer which were sung by our predecessors, which we have heard from a distance. Even now I hear the same prayers about their qualities, because that which I heard before is still sung continuously. It has been decided amongst human beings Babru is the best, and that Devavrita is equal to the demigods. Because of the association of Babru and Devavrita, all the descendants numbering 14,065 achieved liberation. In the dynasty of the king of Mahabhoja, who was exceedingly religious, there appeared the Bhoja kings. O King Maharaj Parikshit, who can suppress your enemies? The sons of Vrishni were Sumitra, Udajit. From Udajit came Sini and Anamrita, and from Anamrita came a son named Nigna. The 2 sons of Nigna were Satrajita and Prasena. Another son was Anamitra, was another Shini, and his son was Satyaka. The son of Satyaka was Yadudana, whose son was Jaya. From Jaya came a son Kuni. From Kuni a son named Yugandhara, and from Anamitra was Vrishni. From Vrishni came the sons named Swapalka and Chitarata. From Swapalka, by his wife Gandhi, came Akrura. So now we're in Krishna's time. Who was Akrura? Was that? Krishna's uncle, yes. Akrura was the eldest, but there are 12 other sons, all of whom were most celebrated. The names of these 12 were Asanga, Sarameda, Mridura, Mriduvit, Giri, Dharmavrita, Sukarma, Kshetropeksha, Armaranadana, Shatrugna, Gandamara, and Pratibahu. These brothers also had a sister named Suchara. From Akrura came 2 sons named Devavan and Upadeva. Chitarata had many sons headed by Prithu and Vidarata, all of whom were known as belonging to the dynasty of Vrishni. Who is Vidarata? Vidurata? He was one of, I think, if it's the same Vidarata, he was the one that after Krishna killed Shalva, Vidarata and his came to kill Krishna, and they had a fight, and Krishna killed Vidarata. And Danda something. Dandavakra came to kill Krishna, and Krishna hit him with a club and smashed him and killed him. And the Viduratha came right after that. On the outside of Dwarka, and Krishna came and killed him, cut off his head. Kurara Bhajamana Suchi Inkamba La Barshi Barharshi were the four sons of Andaka. The sons of Kukura was Vani, and his son was Viloma. What does Viloma mean? Against the hair. The son of Viloma was, I guess we'll just go to do 20. The son of Viloma was Karpo Rama, and his son was Anu, whose friend was Tumburu. From Anu came Andaka, from Andaka Dundubi, and from Dundubi Avidyota. From Avidyota came a son named Purnavasu. Purnavasu is named after a constellation. Anyhow, you can come back tomorrow. There's more names. When you go back to Romania, you can read the names there. Yes, when you're traveling. Okay, any questions about these names? Yes.
Hare Krishna. I wanted to ask, this is the Srimad Bhagavatam is the shortest version because Maharaj was cursed to die in 7 days. Do we have also the long version?
Yes.
And do we have access to it?
If you go to the heavenly planets, the demigods have much bigger versions of it. But then again, their Bhagavatam classes last longer. So they have, because here we can hardly get through one Bhagavatam, but what to speak of? Because the Bhagavatam is a history of Krishna, not only in this universe, but in different universes. So their stories about Krishna are much bigger. Even their Mahabharatas are bigger. Everything's bigger on the heavenly planets. Anything else? Khwala Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Gaur Premanande Hari Bol.